Hey Cami, I know it's way after Christmas and I'm really sorry about that, but I was having a ton of technical difficulties because apparently the disk space on the computer was all full up, but it wouldn't decide to tell me until I tried to upload my video to YouTube. So here I am now. I'm going to tell you about my family's Christmas traditions. Um, so one tradition, we don't really have a ton, because we just kind of play it by ear. We do whatever happens, like we go with the flow, I guess. So we kind of just make stuff up as we go along. But one thing we do every year is we get a Christmas tree. And it has to be real because I hate fake Christmas trees. Like, the way I see it, why not get a real one and have the house smell like pine for a few weeks? If you're gonna do it at all. So we get a Christmas tree. We'll do that um, like I don't know. We don't really have a set day that we do it. We'll do it before Christmas, like a few weeks before, one or two after Thanksgiving, and we'll set it up wherever and we'll decorate it. And we have a lot of like bird ornaments. We have a lot of like ballet related ornaments. A lot of birdhouse ornaments, a lot of like one of the classic orbs. And then we have an angel we always put on top of the tree. We have cranberry beads that we always put around the tree, but those didn't make it on this year. But my sister got a little like 2 foot tall fake tree, and she wrapped them around there. And we always do lights. So it's just very classical. The ornaments represent who we are. Like we normally we'll each get an ornament every year, but this year I think my sister was the only one who got one. And then she forgot to put it on the tree, which is actually kind of funny. I found it in a box the other day. So we'll do that. And we have this little bag that says Wish on it. It had a Starbucks gift card in it that my Aunt Linda gave to my dad a couple years ago. And, sorry, I have a cold. And we'll write wishes down on it, and we'll put them in there, and then we'll hang it on the tree. And then every year when we go to decorate the tree, we'll get out the bag and we'll read what everyone's wish was. Last year my wish was to become a stronger dancer and a stronger Christian. And it's not really like, oh my goodness, a shooting star, I'm going to wish for this. It's more like goals, kind of like a New Year's resolution, I could say. And I reached both of them. I'm on demi point. I'm going to be going on point soon. I'll do a video about shoes and ballet later, probably. And then I've been able to be writing praise songs, and normally I like can't do that, but lately it's been like all I can write when I sit down to my guitar, so it's really awesome. So we'll decorate the tree. The only year we didn't do that, we got a little like manger thing, and it was like a bassinet, I guess, from when my sister and I were babies, and we put a baby doll in it. We took all our stuffed animals and put it around it and called it like Baby Jesus, and like the animals in the barn, I guess. I don't know why we did that. I personally think it's weird. My dad always jokes like, "Hey, this year do you want to do the nativity scene again?" I'm like, "No, I really don't, Dad. I'm sorry." So yeah, so we'll decorate the tree. And that's always like the first thing we do. That's how we know Christmas. Sorry, I can't pronounce things. That's how we know Christmas is in full swing. Let's see. So then the next tradition probably takes place Christmas Eve. We always, always, always go to our church's Christmas Eve service. Normally my sister and I do a reading in the service, but this year we got to sing instead. I played guitar and she sang, and we both sang. And we did the song, Do You Hear What I Hear? It went over really good, actually. I loved it so much. I dropped my pick, though, for the last 2 lines. It just flew out of my hand, and I couldn't find it that night. And then the next day we went to church, and I guess my pastor found it, and he sent one of the little girls running after me with it. And I was just like, oh, yay! I found my pick! Well, I didn't find it, but I got it back. So, we did that. That was really special. And what we'll do is we always dress up. Like, our church is extremely casual. It's not really, we don't really dress fancy. Some people do, but like the kids don't really. Like in the summer I'll wear jean shorts and a nice tank top. And in the winter I'll wear like jeans and a blouse, I guess. It depends on how cold it is or how warm it is. So, but for this we always get dressed up. Like the guys will wear dress shirts and dress pants, and sometimes they'll wear ties. And they always, always, always look so handsome. I love that. And then I'll get like a dress or something or a skirt when we go to like Denver, and the past 2 years I've gotten my outfits from Forever 21. This year I wore a black dress with like puffy sleeves and it had like a beaded collar thing, and it was really pretty. I'll send you a picture. Um, and I wore high heels too. Yeah. So we'll get all dressed up and stuff, and then after that we'll go out to dinner. We we go to this little local Italian restaurant. It's really nice and it's all small and stuff. And they always play like a college football game. In the past 2 years, it's been Hawaii State against like two random teams I do not know. So that's cool. And the food's really good too. I had key lime pie for the first time ever last year, and I fell in love with it. So I had it again this year, but I was so full that I could only have like 2 bites. So that's Christmas Eve. And then we'll go home, and my sister and I will open one present each. That's where I got the Izzy puzzle. That was my Christmas Eve present. Alright, so that's Christmas Eve. And so Christmas morning, my sister and I are always the first ones up. My mom says I'm always the first one up, and I noticed that this year, but I've never noticed it before, so I don't know, she's probably right. So I wake up Emily, and then we go in our parents' room and we wake them up. My sister decided to do it by jumping on the bed this year, and I'm like, oh, that's a bad idea. I don't want to break their legs. So we'll drag them out here. This is actually where we open presents, like right back there where that desk is where the tree was. Yeah, and then the desk was like over here. We rearranged the room when we took down the Christmas decorations. Anyway, so we'll drag them out here and we'll start opening presents, and every year we get pajamas. Like, without fail, we will get pajamas. Everyone in the family. Normally, my mom gets slippers because she wears through her slippers, like, all the time. Because she loves them so much. She'll wear them. Like, she'll come home from work, and she'll kick off her shoes and throw on her slippers. And then she'll wear them for, the rest of the day. And so she gets slippers, and we all get, like, pajama pants and tops. But, like, for the past few years, the tops have been, like, shirts. So I'll just, like, wear them. So yeah, we'll change into our new pajamas when we're done opening the presents, and we'll hang around the house in them all day long. It's the one day of the year where everybody is not sick and they can stay in their pajamas. Except for this year we went to church, so we didn't wear our pajamas to church because while our church is casual, it's not that casual. So let's see what next. So then, we don't really have lunch. We'll have, like, cereal or something. But we'll have this crazy fancy breakfast. Like, we'll have puff pastry with, like, chocolate sauce, which is normally just, like, Hershey stuff in a little container, and strawberries. This year we had sticky buns, which were very good. We always have something insanely decadent for breakfast. And then, like I said, we don't really have much of a lunch because we also have something crazy decadent for dinner. We put a lot of thought into, like, dinner and breakfast and everything because food is really important to my family. We watch a ton of the Food Network. Like, I'll go to school and kids will be like, oh my gosh, did you see Pretty Little Liars? Did you see Glee? And I'll be like, I was watching the Food Network because that's what I do. I love it so much. It'd be really cool to be on it, but I don't know if I could be a chef. Anyway. So, we'll put a lot of thought into dinner. My sister loves salmon and puff pastry, so we've had that the past few years, but I'm a vegetarian. Sometimes I eat fish, but not a whole lot. Also a really picky eater. So, I had pasta this year, and then my mom and my sister, I think, had salmon and puff pastry, and then my dad had, like, this huge plate of Brussels sprouts. I don't know if that was New Year's Eve or Christmas, but he ate, like, Brussels sprouts for dinner, and I'm just like, that is so gross. I hate Brussels sprouts. I don't know, he loved it. It was funny because it was in this little, like, Christmas dish, and it's made to look like it's a basket, so it has, like, a little weave thing on it, and it's really cool. It was all, like, steaming, and it had the little, green Brussels sprouts, so yeah. So that's, we'll have a really fancy dinner, and then we'll watch, like, a movie or something. Normally we get movies for Christmas, but this year we didn't. So, but a few weeks earlier we bought Julie and Julia. So we watched that because we hadn't seen it yet. And then halfway through we had dinner. Then we came back and we watched Elf because it was on TV. Then we finished Julie and Julia. And then we started Indiana Jones because that was on TV too. But we didn't finish it. So normally we'll watch a movie and then we'll make dessert. And this year we had a ton to eat, so we didn't really make a fancy dessert. We just kind of had chocolate, I guess. Yeah, probably like cereal. I don't really remember, but normally we'll make beignets, and I have video clips of us making beignets, but I don't know where they are. So I'm not going to include those, but what beignets are they're like donuts, and I'm not sure if they originated in France or if they originated down south. But the most famous place to get beignets is Café du Monde down in New Orleans. I've never been there, but I'm dying to go there. So, darn it, what was I gonna say? So yeah, beignets. Where I first had them was in Disneyland at the Jazz Kitchen, and they're these little like pillows of dough. They're kind of like donuts. And what you do is you don't cut a hole in them, but they're square, and you fry them. And they go from being like that thin to like that thick. And then what you do is you get a paper bag, you fill it with powdered sugar, and you shake it all up until they're completely covered in powdered sugar, like you can't see it anymore. And normally I'll eat them like as they come out of the oil and get like the sugar put on them because I love them so much. But this year I waited. We didn't have them until New Year's Eve, which kind of made me sad, but I really loved making them. I can pretty much do it by myself, but it takes all day to make. You have to put all the ingredients together, and then it has to rise for about like 3 hours, I think. I don't know, but the dough rises a ton, and it's crazy sticky. I don't know if it was because we didn't have a high altitude recipe or if like we didn't add enough flour, but you just end up like we had that much flour left in a bag, and I think we used all of it trying to get the dough to be like not sticky anymore. And it makes a huge mess, but it's totally worth it because they're amazing. So even though that didn't happen on Christmas or Christmas Eve, or like it happened over Christmas break. So we'll have dessert and then we'll all go to bed. And that's pretty much what our Christmas traditions are. It kind of depends like what we're up to, I guess, because one year we went out of the country for Christmas to go visit my dad's sister. That was really fun, being with her. And then one year we went to see my mom's family. That was really fun too. It was the first Christmas she'd spent with her family in like years, and she loved it. And we got to go to Disneyland for Christmas, which was a huge surprise. I was like, oh! But that wasn't the first time I had beignets. I'd been before. But I definitely had beignets that Christmas. So, that's all I can think of right now. I'm sorry this video is random. I'm sorry I sound funny. I've been taking medicine like all morning and nothing's working. So, I think I will make you a video about ballet because I have nothing to do. Oh no, wait, I lied. It's like 3:17 and I have to go to the doctor's. Not for my cold because I have to get allergy shots. And I think my dad just came home to pick me up. So, yeah, I love you. I hope you have a very happy new year. Guess I won't see you around. But, I'm excited for your next video. I cannot wait to see it. I'm going to put this together, fix it up, and then send it off. So yeah, love you. Bye. Oh, and God bless you.